Good evening and welcome candidates for the Manhattan Beach Unified School District and welcome viewers. We've got 4 candidates competing for 2 seats. We've got Kathy Graves, Heather DeRuse, Jason Boxer, and Mike Brunick. And we are being presented by New Voodoo and Easy Reader and Hermosa One. We're going to begin with 1-minute opening statements by the candidates. And Kathy, would you like to begin?
I would love to. So thank you, Kevin, and thank you to Hermosa One Easy Reader for hosting our forum tonight. And thank you for attending. Our children and our families are struggling. I see it, I hear you, and I want to work to make it better. I truly believe that together we can create solutions. I'm Kathy Graves. I'm a mother of 4 children who've attended Manhattan Beach schools, with my youngest now at Costa. And the reason I'm running for Manhattan Beach School Board is for our children. Our school board is at a critical juncture. We're losing nearly 20 years experience on the school board. I can fill that gap. Professionally, I've worked 18 years as a CPA and an attorney. I know how to look at financial statements. I understand budget complexities, and I'm not afraid to ask hard questions. I can research and analyze legal issues. And I've got 17 years of leadership experience in the district as president of District Advisory Council, PTA, MBEF, MBX. I know how to build a consensus and work as part of a team. I know how to manage by delegating, empowering, and following up. I understand communication is key. And most importantly, I've worked extensively on issues that are extremely important to our district right now. I'm really proud of my efforts in the social emotional learning area, especially in this time of social isolation. I've worked extensively on environmental issues, making our buildings safe for our children. I've worked in communication, creating a district-wide communication team. And I've worked most recently on reopening issues. I saw the need to keep our kids running this summer and this fall and created Beach Cities Running Club to allow them to do that. So I have experience at every level and the financial and legal skills to do the job. And more importantly, I'm passionate about our children. I've coached them. I've camped with them in Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. I've taught them young at art and nutrition and explored with them in science lab and school gardens. Our children are incredible and deserve the best. My experience energizes me to give back and continue to make Manhattan Beach Unified School District the best it can be for our children. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. And Mike Brunick, would you like to follow up?
Yes, thank you. Thank you to the Easy Reader and Hermosa One for having us tonight. Thank you to my fellow candidates for being here. I think the most important word and term that I think we need to be talking about as a community is balance. And if we are going to get through this time, we are going to get through this time together. And I think we need to balance the way that we are doing that and balance the perspectives that we are bringing forth to be able to attack some of these problems together. So a little bit about myself. So again, my name is Mike Brunick. I grew up here. I grew up in Manhattan Beach. I went through Manhattan Beach schools. I was a 3rd generation resident of Manhattan Beach. My kid's now 4th generation. Will be 3rd generation MiraCosta graduates. I myself went to Penny Camp and MBI and MiraCosta. And so my Manhattan Beach roots run deep. I'm also, as I mentioned, a parent. I have 3 kids, a 9-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a 4, almost 5-year-old. So 4th grade, 2nd grade, and preschool. My wife is also a teacher in the district, a 5th grade teacher at Meadows Elementary. So bringing the perspective of an educator to, so again, that balance of perspective is something I think is really important to this. I'm also a working professional, about a 20+ year career in media and technology, next generation industry. So I have a good viewpoint on what it's going to take for many of our kids to succeed in the workplace, and what some of the needs and skill sets are that are going to help make them successful. I've also been a community volunteer. I've worked on the Measure MB ballot initiative. I am currently sitting on the Manhattan Beach Education Foundation board, and I'm really excited about the opportunity to start to look at what I think are some of these really large challenges that we have ahead of us to be able to help continue improving on the excellence of our Manhattan Beach schools. I think there's 3 core themes that I've identified that we need to be working on as a community. Revenue is one of them. It's a big topic and something we need to be taking into account. Innovation is another one that I think we have a big opportunity around, and ultimately accountability. And I'll talk a little bit more about that, but the way I talk about it is shared accountability. So thank you for having us tonight.
Thank you, Jason.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks to the Easy Reader, Hermosa One, and New Voodoo for putting together their debate. My name is Jason Boxer. I'm an educator born and raised in Manhattan Beach, and I'm a proud alum of MBUSD. I have dedicated my entire professional life to improving public education. After earning a degree from one of the most recognized teacher training programs in the country, NYU's Steinhardt School of Education, I taught in public school classrooms for more than 5 years, and I held a management position at a nationwide literacy nonprofit that serves over 60,000 students a year. Historically, our school board has been comprised of some of the most hardworking, exemplary members of our local parent-teacher associations and education foundations, and I have people like this to thank for my own education. I am running to bring a new and complementary perspective to school board leadership, that of a professional educator. I'm the only teacher in this race, and tonight I want to make the case to you all that a strong board needs diversity of experience. My work in the classroom, my fluency with technology, and my adept communication skills, I hope can provide MBUSD with exactly that. My campaign has committed itself to providing concrete solutions to some of our district's most pressing issues. We want to create a sustainable financial future for our district, deepen community engagement with the school board, and navigate the challenges of the pandemic. But a board member does not act alone. And that's why I've engineered these solutions in partnership with educators, former board members, parents, even some amazing current Manhattan Beach students who want to improve their own education. If I'm elected, I plan to continue this work of coalition building, and I will be an enthusiastic collaborator with any of the other candidates speaking tonight, because the truth is, I really admire them. I think they're hardworking and compassionate people. And with my differing skill sets added to theirs, I think we'll reach better and more comprehensive solutions for our students. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Jason. And now Heather, please.
Thanks, Kevin. And thanks everybody for tuning in. And thanks to Easy Reader, New Voodoo, and Hermosa One for putting this forum on. I look forward to answering everybody's questions. Just want to give you number one, why am I running? And as I've said in all the forums that I've been a part of, it's really for my son. I'm personally invested in this position and making our schools successful for him and all of the other students. I also am a 16-year homeowner here in Manhattan Beach, and I know that the stronger our schools are, the stronger our community will be. So those are my top two reasons for running. And I can bring a wealth of experience to this position in representing you. I've got about 10 years of experience in leadership positions in the schools. I've been Grandview PTA president. I've been the president of the Manhattan Beach PTA Council. That's all 7 schools. I've also been a Ed Foundation board member for many years. And more. I also, in the community, raise money for scholarships as VP of fundraising for the Neptunian Women's Club. I also am the vice chair of the Board of Trustees for the Natural History Museum for all of LA County. In addition to all that experience, I've got 20 years of work experience in leadership in human resources, consulting, retail management, and I've really learned in those positions how to engage employees, how to hire and fire leaders, how to maintain profit and loss, know how to run a budget. I also have I've got an MBA and a Bachelor's of Science in Math, so not afraid of those numbers when we get to time for budget. I also think the most important thing is I want to be a representative for you and your interests. So when we come up against those tough challenges, I'm going to return those phone calls. I'm going to get together with you and we're going to figure things out. And I'm also going to be there to celebrate our successes together because I think our schools could be even more incredible. Thanks a lot and vote Heather.
Thank you. You know, I'd like to be in questioning with a statewide issue that has local implications and is a difficult question to answer, I think, but probably all of you may want to weigh in. And it's your opinion on Prop 15. As you know, Prop 15 would lift Prop 13 restrictions on commercial property and generate what's been described as the largest tax hike in California history, but it would benefit the schools. So let's start with Heather, since you raised your hand first.
It's like class.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad that this question was asked because we haven't addressed this in any other forum, and I think it's the top issue today because it's going to radically change California. I am, unfortunately, as much as I would love additional money, because it'd probably mean about $3 million for our district, I really feel that I would not support Prop 15, even though it's heavily supported by the PTA and by the unions. I just think it's short-sighted because it's going to mean that we're going to face a lot of businesses that have been our partners for many, many years here in Manhattan Beach will close as a result. So I think it's a short-term gain, but long-term, it will hurt our community deeply as a whole. And I really don't want that to happen. I think our lawmakers can go back to the table and find better solutions than Prop 15. Thank you.
And would others like to weigh in? Go ahead, Jason.
I'm glad it's coming up as well. I'm in strong support of Prop 15. And I think it's because it's been carefully, very carefully written out and planned. It was actually, there was an initiative similar to it that was going to be run as a ballot initiative 2 years ago, and it was held off so that it could be done